pretty good, baby. I was a little concerned. I was a little concerned. I said, you reckon we can all do that at the same time? But you know what? The Alliance is doing everything at the same time. We are selling, we recruiting, and we building, baby. We winning over here. We winning. Are we winning over here? You can't win sitting down. Are you winning over here? Are you winning over here? Are you winning back there? Or are you winning over here? All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Woo! I am fired up out my mind. We made it from 2024 into 2025. You know what you've been through. You know the disappointments. You know the things that you overcame. And we are still here, baby. When millions quit in 2024, we kept going. You kept going. Give yourselves a hand for your staying power. Y'all making me work a little hard tonight, but I'm ready to work. I done got these boots on. Let's go to work. First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It is in him I move, I live, and I have my being. And it's only by his grace that we are not consumed, because it could have been us outdoors with no food, no clothes. But because of his grace, we are here, y'all. To my beautiful and amazing wife, Tia, thank you so much, baby. That's right, y'all give her a hand. She go through a little something. I ain't know Jeff Bright was gonna tell my business earlier today. But it used to be a time where she used to make me take stuff back because we ain't had the money. It wasn't about the money this time. She was like, I already packed some more shoes for you. I was like, okay, all right. But thank you for rocking with me, man. One of the most decisions that any of us can make is the spouse that we select. And I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I got that one right. To Andy and Jane Albright, thank you so much for your example of possibility. Y'all broke the cycle in your family. Y'all forged a way. Y'all stayed when you wanted to go and went when you wanted to stay. You loved even when it was more convenient to hate. And because of y'all chasing y'all possibility, we got a shot to chase ours if we go all in. To new integrity partners, where they at though? My guy, Andy, Riddle, and Angela, thank you so much for pushing us to continue to develop our mindset, our emotional intelligence, and just pursue freaking winning, baby. All we do is win. And Jason and Olga Mathis, I know that's right. Jason and Olga Mathis, where they at though? All right, there you go. 10 years ago, a decade, brother, I answered a Craigslist ad. People getting all fired up and mad about TikTok. I don't give a damn about TikTok, just don't mess with Craigslist. I responded to a Craigslist ad, and at the time, I had just lost my job, had 3 small kids, my wife 8 months pregnant. I lost my job, had 3 house payments, 2 car payments, 2 sets of utilities, no job. And the Craigslist ad turned into this, baby. And I promise you, Jason and Olga, I will forever be grateful for that $25 Craigslist ad, and I hope it paid off for you, baby. Last but not least, to my dream teamers, where you at? To the most humble, the most hungry, the hardest working team on this side of heaven, I love you so much. I'm so, boom! To our leadership team, national manager, 6-figure earner, Cabo winner, Mia Fennell out of Dream Team Charlotte. District manager, first-time Cabo winner, 6-figure earner, Sebastian and LaQuinta Chambers, Dream Team Oklahoma. To agency manager, 6-figure earner, Cabo winner, Josh and Alexis Parker. To 6-figure earner, Beth Ireland. Agency manager Quincy Washington. First time Cabo winners, Misha and Kevin Williams. And to all the weekend warriors, let me hear y'all make some noise. Yeah. It's getting right, baby. Why do I go through all those acknowledgments? Because I would never forget where I came from, and I would never forget the people who helped me get to where I'm going. So let's go to work. Most people, as y'all know, we're in the midst of playoff season. We got the college national football championship that just ended. We got the NFL and divisional playoff weekends. We got 4 teams left vying for that coveted Vince Lombardi trophy. And most coaches know that if they want to be successful, they have to win in all 3 phases of the game. They got to win on offense, they got to win on defense, and they got to win on special teams. And the same way that those coaches are game planning, guess what? Me and you, we got to be game planning too, to win all 3 phases, because I don't know about y'all, I got a sneaking suspicion that 2025, it's gonna be big. So let's go. So if you want to win in 2025 and you want to make 2025 the best season that you've ever had, we have to dominate in our dream. We gotta have a big, big dream. And as soon as I start talking about dreaming, I know a lot of people start talking about, you know, I came here to learn Mutual of Omaha, Term Life Express. Here he go talking about dreaming and all that rah-rah stuff. And I would be an idiot to think that everybody in this room right now is focused on chasing their dreams. Majority of people in our society, they stop living at 22. We just bury them at some point in the future because they stop dreaming. They think they living their best life, but they're merely just existing. I'll be a fool to think that most of us are courageous enough to step outside of our comfort zones and pursue a journey of becoming legendary. I would be a fool to think that everybody, look at your neighbor and say, everybody don't want it. I would be a fool to think that everybody is really planning to make 2025 the best year of their life. I know for me, I don't know about for you, but when we get to December the 31st, I don't want to be the same person that I was January the 24th. I don't want to be the same physically. I don't want to be the same mentally. I don't want to be the same spiritually. And for the love of God, I don't want to be the same financially. I see myself bigger. I see myself better. I see myself wiser. If that sounds like you, holler at your boy and say, I see myself in the future. I see myself in the future. Most people, like I said, most people, not y'all, but most people, they're just thinking about being practical, keeping it real, playing it safe. But I'm on assignment tonight to let you know that if you lost your dream or you forgot your dream, we got a place here for you. But for the rest of us, I came on assignment tonight to wake you up. Nudge your neighbor, say, wake up, neighbor. It's dreaming time. It's dreaming time. It's dreaming time. You see, a dream is nothing more than a series of thoughts, a series of images. It's sensations. What are you feeling that's occurring in your mind? It's a cherished aspiration. And I ain't talking about the dreaming that happens when you sleep. I'm talking about the dreaming that happens when you wide awake, when your eyes is wide open. Touch your neighbor and say, wake up, neighbor, it's dreaming time. Now, as we're dreaming, we can't get weary. As we're dreaming, we cannot get weary in well-doing. We cannot succumb to average that's around us. We cannot buy other folks' their dreams for us and abandon what God has called us to. And if you gonna dream, don't dream a little dream. Make that thing big, baby. Stop listening to Poo Poo and Ray Ray and Nuck Nuck and Karen and Charlie and Leslie. Stop listening to all them people. And listen to Joanne Wolfgang. She said this right here. Dream no small dream, for they have no power to move the hearts of men. Stop listening to your cutting them. And Walt Disney. Listen to Walt Disney. We in Florida. Listen to what, we ain't in Florida. We in Texas. This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold on. But listen to Walt Disney. Walt Disney say, all dreams can come true if we have, somebody say if we have the courage to pursue them. My man Tupac, y'all know Brenda got a baby. Tupac Shakur says this, reality is wrong, but dreams are real. Your reality might be like Stephen Davies, where you're driving on 4-ball tires, going down a country road that you really don't know how the meeting is going to go. The ball tires is real, but the dream of being integrity, the reality is false, but the dream of being an integrity partner, yeah, that's real. You could be like Adam and Beth Katz, got 3 mortgages on a townhome in Dunn, North Carolina. When we talk about underwater, I mean like they owe way more money than that house was worth. But that may have been their reality, but their dream of financial freedom for them and their family, that's real. All right, I don't know how this is going to fly, but let's fly by. This here's Biggie, Notorious B.I.G. Baby, I like Biggie. Biggie was full of confidence. He say, I'm ugly, black as ever. However, I stay Gucci down to the socks. But anyway, in 1994, Biggie Smalls released a song called Juicy. And that song is widely considered, even today, to be one of the best hip-hop songs ever made. And it talks about his struggle going from poverty to wanting to be in the rap game to eventually being one of the best rappers ever and lived a lavish lifestyle. And I like that song, number one, because it's a banger, even today. But he taught us something about dreaming. Let's see how this rolls. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper, Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on the wall. Every Saturday, Mac Attack, it's the Magic Molly Mall. Okay, what was he saying? Okay, we got to stop there because then he's going to start talking about smoking weed and stuff. We ain't going to do that. Is that stuff legal around here? All right, Billy, you cutting into my time, Billy. But listen, he said, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. He was doing step 4. He was reading what he wanted to be about. My question to you, what are you reading that you want to be about? Are you reading the Rob Report? Are you reading Luxury Home magazine? Then he said Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Salt and Pepper, they were artists that were already killing the game. He was chasing the killers. Are you chasing the killers in this industry? Are you chasing the killers in this company? Are you chasing these killers on the front row? Or are you settling to accommodate for the less of them? Hanging pictures on the wall. He's talking about a vision board because Andy Albright said you got to see it before you can seize it, baby. Every Saturday, it was on his schedule. What is on your schedule? And then for y'all that don't know what a tape was, he used to play that thing over and over and over, and the little vinyl ribbon popped. How many times have you went to meetings over and over and over, and appointments over, and recruiting dials over and over until your tape drop, baby? If 2025 is going to be big, we got to dream big, baby. The second phase we got to win in is our belief. Nudge your neighbor and say, check your thinking. Check your thinking. Check your thinking. My man Gandhi said it this way: your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. We say we are fruit inspectors. A lot of times we look at a piece of fruit and we be like, that's a bad piece of fruit. It's all rotten, nets all around it. But a real fruit inspector, they're not looking at the fruit. They're looking at the root, the environment. The environment is our mind. What's your mind? What are you saying to yourself? What are you believing about yourself? Because belief is nothing more than a statement, an acceptance that a statement is true. And these are a few statements that I know to be true. I'm in the right industry. Say I'm in the right industry. Financial services, y'all, it produced more millionaires than any other industry. Say I'm in the right industry. We got people that need what we want, what we sell. 102 million people right now say they need more life insurance than they have. 1 in 4 adults right now say that their only source of insurance is what they got on their job. Say, people, we're in the right industry. We're with the right people. Look at these leaders on the front row. Do what you got to do to get around them. They ain't perfect, but they sure enough got fruit on the tree. Every last one of them. You ain't, the cool part about this company, you ain't got to follow no freaking Instagram, social media influencer. All you got to do is humble yourself and get around these people that have been in the trenches. They got the results that you want. So why on God's green earth won't you do everything that you can to get around them? And last but not least, I can't answer this question, are you the right people? Are you the right person? See, I just finished reading this book called The 17 Indisputable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. And he said on every team there are 3 types of people. Number 1 is people who don't want the ball. You realize there are some people on your team, they don't really want to win. They just want to sit around and look and judge, right? But that's okay. They can be on the team as long as they know how to act. Y'all look at a college basketball game, the bench warmers. They're not just sitting there like a bump on the log. Joseph, too, you know what they doing on the sideline? Defense. Defense. They playing their part real well. See, those people know they don't want the ball, and they know they can't make the shot. And I kind of like them people, because at least they know. But then the second group of people, these fools are dangerous. These are the people who want the ball and shouldn't have it. They want it. Hey, I'm open. You pass it to them, they shoot an air ball. I'm like, man, come on, dog. But in their mind, they really thought they were going to make it. They ain't made a basket in 2 years, but they think they're going to make it. Why on God's green earth would people that know they can't think they can? It's ego. Their egos are greater than their talents, and those are very dangerous people. Last but not least, these are the ones I like, and I think we got some go-to people. These are the smallest group of people. These are the people who want the ball. They go-to players. They're going to do what they got to do. They're going to scratch and claw to win. And if you're a go-getter, let me hear you say, I'm a go-getter and I'm up next. The final phase. You can dream it. You can believe it. But you got to put some big action behind those dreams and beliefs. Look at your neighbor and say, I'm about that action, boss. I'm about that action. I'm about that life. Look at my activity book. I'm about that life. Don't look at what I post. Look at what I do. Don't look at what I say. Look at them results. It's a lot of people that talk about it, but very few want to be about it. Coach Prime said this right here. You know, like I know, as soon as you make a decision to do something, here comes adversity. If your children ain't acting stupid, your wife don't understand where you're coming from. You get your wife and your kids on board, now your team want to act crazy. You get this leg going good, and here comes another leg. Oh, Lord, have mercy. But Coach Prime says this right here, and adversity hands you a mirror, and it forces you to look into it. And then the person you see is either one. It's the one you blame, it's the one you proclaim, or it's the one that you became. Blame is a very dangerous place. Cassie Stengel said this right here. All blame is a waste of time. No matter how much you find fault in someone else, and regardless of how much you blame them, it will not change you. The only thing blame does is keep you from focusing on you, and the only thing that blame does is to keep the focus off of you when you're looking for reasons to explain your unhappiness or frustration. Look at your neighbor and say, don't blame me. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault you ain't pick up the dials. It ain't my fault you ain't invest in no leads. Proclaim. Are you going to just be a proclaimer? Posting? Looking, playing insurance guy? Are you going to be the one that at the end of the year, you're going to be like, look what I became. Look at my team. You're going to be like Sebastian and LaQuinta Chambers. Last year at NatCon, I came with 6 people. This year at NatCon, I came with 26 people. You can't tell me that ain't a bad somebody. He done proclaimed, he done became. We're going to get big about the basics. Y'all know, by looking at me, I like some chicken. If you didn't know, now you know. And every good chicken restaurant got a 2-piece special. 2 legs, 2 thighs. I really like the breast and wing. Breasts. Let me get off of that. We're going to be big in 2025 as an organization about teaching these 8 steps and doing these 8 steps. We're going to be clear and ambitious about this success coin. We're going to know what we want by setting simple and clear goals, and we're going to ask our leaders, how do you get it? What's the most important thing? So we got a 2-piece special going on all weekend long over at the bookstore. Get you an 8 steps book and you'll get the coin for half off. Just go to the bookstore and say, give me the Terry Edwards 2-piece. Anybody want a 2-piece? All right. Newsflash, this is the part of the program that might get a little ugly. My name is Terry, I'm your friend. If you want to make 2025 a big year for you, we got to stop hustling our way into poverty and start investing our way into wealth and prosperity. Andy Albright said it this way: you can't eat like an ant and poop like an elephant. What are y'all talking about? Let me help it make sense for you. You know, there's a lot of people that want to put a little bit in, but they expect a whole lot out. Let me tell you, a hustler is somebody who looks to make a quick flip. They think real short term. If I can make a little money today, I don't care what it's going to cost me down the road, I'm going to win today. So let's compare the difference between a hustler and an investor. You got $2,000 annual investment and $24,000 in annual revenue. You thinking like, man, I'm gaming the system, bruh. I only put $2,000 in. I barely bought leads. I was just on Facebook and Instagram, shooting the breeze. And you made $24,000. You 12x your investment. That ain't bad. But you netted $22,000. But let's look at our investors. These are investors. They do it in season and out of season. Like they get a GMR. They get a lead subscription. They put $400 to $1,000 a week. So let's look at our investors. They put in $20,000. They put way more in than the hustler, but they got $78,000 out. They didn't 12x like the hustler. They 3x, but they netted $57,200. Stop trying to game the system and get the money. Get to the freaking bag. Did you come to the Alliance just for another social gathering? This is not social media. We keep score around here, baby. We want to get the bag. We want to get the bag. So I'm gonna be an investor. The eagle, one of the most symbolic signs of freedom in America. Let's talk about this eagle. An eagle got a long life, the longest lifespan of its species. It can live up to 70 years. But in order to live that long, an eagle got to make some tough decisions. Look at your neighbor and say, tough decisions got to be made. About when they're 40 years old, that eagle, their long claws called talons, they start to get dull and they can't grip their prey, and so they can barely eat. Their sharp beaks begin to bend, and their old age wings get heavy and start sticking to their chest because their feathers are so heavy that they can barely fly. Then the eagle got 2 decisions. I think some of us are at a crossroad just like this eagle. We come here this weekend and we're at a crossroad. Either we're going to die or we're going to get rich trying. That's 50 Cent, by the way. That eagle got to make a decision. Am I going to die or am I going to go through the painful process of change? So once that eagle makes a decision to go through that painful process of change, he flies up to the highest mountaintop. It's cold up there. he begins to bang his head. Until that freaking beak falls off. I got to bang the 8 steps into my brain until I know them by heart, until I'm doing it every single week.
Yeah, for 30 minutes. I got 40 tonight. 30
After the beak falls off, he starts tearing out his nails and wait for those to grow back. And as soon as he gets his nails back, he starts plucking off all his feathers. He doing this to himself. It's self-imposed. And then, after he get his new feathers back, he takes that amazing flight of freedom and lives another 30 years. Look at your neighbor and say, I can do hard things well. Learning to dream again, it can be hard, but I can do all things well. Say, I can do all things well. Changing my stinking thinking, it can be hard, but guess what? I can do hard things very, very well. Learning how to be humble and play team in a world that's full of individuals, it can be hard, but guess what? I can do hard things. Building the discipline to stay focused and consistent, it can be hard, but guess what, Alliance family? I can do hard things well. And dominate in 2025, it will be hard, but guess what? I can do hard things well. My future is dependent on me learning how to do hard things well. When I get tired, that's when God stands up in me and say, guess what, baby? You can give it another shot. When I get ready to give up on people, God tells me to myself. He tells me, he said, Terry, you remember I didn't give up on you, so why are you going to give up on somebody else? What you need to do, don't give up on people. Do what? Give them up to God. So I admonish everybody in this room, in the year of 2025, we ain't stopping, baby. Nah. Move, get out the way. My name is Terry Edwards, and I approve this message. I do hard